What's poppin' everybody, Jay here. This is my first video doing an actual recap of the Pokemon challenges that have slowly been becoming popular across YouTube, so I figured I'd give it a shot while I have some free time because of the thing that cannot be named. So in this video, I tried to figure out if you can beat the entirety of Pokemon White with only Pokemon that you can get as gifts. Normally people write these scripts as they go along, but I forgot to do that since I live streamed the entire process on Twitch, twitch.tv/JYellowstone. Please follow me there. I'm trying to do different things like Pokemon challenges, Nuzlocke, and other games as casual playthroughs. Let me know in the comments if you think I can do it or not, and be sure to suggest challenges to try out in the future to make videos for. If you like this video, drop a thumbs up or leave a comment, that'd mean a lot. A few ground rules. First, I can only use Pokemon that I get as gifts in battle. I can't go out and catch any other Pokemon to help with tough battles. I want to try to stay away from HM specific Pokemon, just so I don't have to deal with Whirlwind or Dragon Tail switch hacks. I'm going to avoid using healing items in battle, but I'll be using held items as a way to boost me in different ways. With that being said, let's get going on this challenge. I start off naming my character Jay, and the game immediately throws us into the fray to choose our starter, which is a nice change of pace from the other games that make you do some plot before this point. For our starter, I chose Tepig and named it Mr. Pog for some reason. Emboar was what I figured would be the best choice, as it is the only dual-type starter that has a ton of coverage moves, including Rock, Poison, Dark, Ground. The possibilities for movesets are endless. Looking at its stats, it's also a fairly bulky physical attacker with the possibility of great physical type attacks, like Stab, Rock Smash, and Heat Crash. There aren't many problematic fights in the first few hours of gameplay. Cheren and Bianca are pushovers, En has still barely learned how to fight, and there's a lot of plot that goes on that honestly I couldn't be bothered with. The first thing of note to bring up is picking up of our second of 3 gift Pokemon, Pansage. I hate the design of the elemental monkeys because I think they're just straight up ugly, hence the nickname, but Simisage's stats are kinda decent, with its best stat being its speed at 101. It has some pretty good attack and special attack, which will definitely be helpful, but those defensive stats worry me a bit, especially considering that it has 5 type weaknesses, 3 of which we will encounter as gym leaders. After training a little bit, I attempt to take on the first gym leader, Cress, a water type gym leader. He has the elemental monkey that would be super effective against our starter, but that's why we went and got our own monkey in order to counter that. I chose to start with Tepig against his Lillipup. I started with a few tail whips to lower his defenses, but he came back using Workup every time, a setup move that raises his physical and special attack. 2 tackles took him out. Next out comes Panpour, the water type, to counter my Tepig. I chose to stay in so I could set up as many tail whips as I can to lower his defenses. He spams Workup to raise his attack, so I really hope I could outspeed and take him out. However, he doesn't actually use a water attack on me, so 2 tackles with Tepig take him out. That fight wasn't nearly as close as I thought it was going to be, and I didn't even need Pansage for it. Hopefully he can be useful later down the line. Without checking his learn set beforehand, I attempted to teach Workup to both Tepig and Pansage, only to learn that Tepig can't actually learn Workup, and I had no physical attack setup move for him. This would hopefully be okay. After more plot and pointlessly weak Team Plasma battles, I continue onward to the next town. However, we have to do a check-in battle with Cheren, which isn't too bad. 3 Vine Whips to take out Oshawott, 2 more to take down Purloin, and then it's done. More easy battles against Team Plasma, including a double battle with Cheren, and continuing on to Nacrene City. On the way, Tepig evolved into Pignite at level 17, finally giving me the fighting type and being able to more easily beat the second normal type gym. Before that, there's another battle with Edgelord En. He starts with a Pidove as I start with Pignite, and I notice I might be a bit over-leveled for this fight. 1 Flame Charge does not take it out, but I get it on the second one. I switch to Pansage for the type advantage against his Tympole, using 2 Vine Whips to take him out. Timber is out next and starts with Bide, so I use Workup to not build any damage against him until his Bide subsides. 2 more Vine Whips take him out. Even at 2 or 3 levels above his Pokemon, they weren't all one-shots, which makes me nervous to see what could be in store for me at the gym. The first fight with Lenora does not go how I expected. I start with Pansage, and she starts with Herdier. I begin with a Workup to raise my attack, and Herdier comes with a takedown, bringing me all the way down to 11 HP. That's not great. I stupidly go for 1 more Workup and get taken down with a Retaliate. Luckily, when Mr. Pog comes out, I get a Rock Smash in for decent damage, and Herdier goes for Leer. After Lenora uses a Super Potion, 2 more Rock Smashes take her out. Next out is Watchog, which really is a run ender at this point. She immediately uses Retaliate and takes out Pig Knight in one hit. I need to grind. Luckily, this is the introduction of Audino, this game's way to get high experience point yields. You see, starting in Black and White, grinding became much more of a chore because of the change in the way EXP is given. It used to be the same base EXP no matter what level you were depending on the Pokemon, but in this game, they introduced an equation that basically meant the higher level your Pokemon compared to the ones you're battling, the less EXP you receive. Without Audino fights, this would take hours to get up 2 levels. After about half an hour of real-time grinding, I go back and try the gym again. With Pansage 2 levels higher now, rivaling Hertier's level, I begin with another workup and get met with a Leer. This back and forth happens for a bit, until Hertier hits with a critical takedown to take me out in one shot. Pig Knight comes out and takes out Hertier with one Rock Smash. Watchog's Retaliate just barely does 3/4 of my health, as I land a Flame Charge to take it down in 2/3. I get the speed boost, and one super effective Rock Smash is enough to take it down, earning us the second badge. I wish I didn't have to be 2 levels above in order to do it, but it would have taken forever to get good RNG otherwise. We continue with more plot, going through the Pinwheel Forest to get Team Plasma to stop stealing whatever it is they stole. After returning that, I made it all the way to Castelia City to fight the 3rd gym leader, Berg, the Bug-type gym. Since we chose Tepig, this was pretty much an uneventful sweep with Pig Knight's rollout to get the 3rd gym badge. I think this was the first gym I've done on the first try. Continuing with the plot, we head over to the desert resort where we pick up our 3rd and final Pokemon in the Plume fossil. We bike all the way back to Nacrene City to evolve Archon. Archeops has surprisingly high stats for a fossil, having a base stat total of 567, one of the highest for a non-legendary. The only downfall is its ability Defeatist, in which his attacks and special attack are halved when his HP falls below 50%. With a 112 speed stat, there's a good chance we can outspeed most things to avoid this, also being sure to be careful with its 5 weaknesses, one of which is a gym coming up. For movesets, we have a lot of coverage, with Dragon and Bug type moves being the biggest hope for us. This will be our final team member. Though there is the ability to get Volcarona once we get Surf, the fact that he doesn't evolve until level 57 and Larvesta's low stat total, there's no upside to going out of the way to get him. The bug coverage can be covered by Archeops and the fire can be covered by Emboar. After going through more plot with a bit of grinding on the side, with N delivering the most emo line I've ever seen in a Pokemon game, the King of Team Plasma challenges us to another battle. One of the weird things about this game is that you have 3 different rivals, but N is the only one that ever actually gives us any fluff. He starts off with Sandile as I throw out our new Archon, boasting a 6 level difference. One Acrobatics takes him out as he sends out Scraggy. Another Acrobatics takes him out, Sigilyph comes out and throws a strong Tailwind, but 2 Ancient Powers take him out. Archeops is really going to help us out this run, I can tell. Darumaka is his final Pokemon, and 1 Ancient Power just isn't enough to take him out, and a few Fire Punches take us out. We send out Pig Knight and take it out with 1 rollout. This battle wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be, but this next battle proves to be a repayment for the past few easy battles. Alessa? I don't know how to pronounce it. Alessa is the 4th gym leader who specializes in electric-type Pokemon. Though electric is only strong against Archon, her Pokemon have some great coverage to my counters, with Emolga being a flying type to take out my fighting and grass-type Pokemon, and Zebstrika having Flame Charge as coverage from my grass type. The first battle begins with her first Emolga, and I start with Archon. I think I can get an Ancient Power, but quickly get taken down to 5 health by Volt Switch. Her second Emolga tanks the Rock-type move, but I get the stat boost, making me fast enough to actually take it down. The first Emolga comes back out, and another Ancient Power is just not enough to take it out, so it takes out our Archon with another Volt Switch. She switches into Zebstrika as we switch into Pig Knight. We go for Rollout as she Volt Switches back to Emolga. Rollout is enough to take out Emolga, but because of its static ability, we get paralyzed, halving our speed. With Zebstrika back up, we were just not fast enough to take him out. With a Spark and a Quick Attack from Zebstrika, Pig Knight goes down. Out comes Pansage, we go for 2 workups, as he goes for 1 Quick Attack. I get cocky and think the AI isn't going for Flame Charge, so I get greedy with a 3rd workup. He goes for a Volt Switch and takes us down with a not very effective move, making us lose the battle. I don't want to just go out and grind since I'm already over-leveled, but I keep bum-rushing the gym so I get a good turnout. During my 8th attempt, I throw on a Quick Claw onto Pig Knight and hope that luck is on my side. The Quick Claw is a held item that will occasionally allow the holder to attack first, no matter how slow it is. I begin the battle with Pig Knight going for a rollout. The first Emolga goes for Assurance, which doesn't do much. The first rollout takes it down to half, next the Emolga goes for an Aerial Ace, taking me down to around half. The next rollout takes it down. When Alessa sends out the next Emolga, one rollout is enough to take it down. Unfortunately, Static takes over and paralyzes me. When Zebstrika comes out, the Quick Claw activates and allows me to move first, sending out one final rollout to win the fight. I really hoped I would get some kind of luck with this fight, but this almost seems too good to be true. We have a Sharon fight right after the gym, but since we're so high leveled, it's not really anything to worry about. We deal with more plot and follow Alessa and Clay into the next town where the 5th gym is. Before we take that on, we have to go through the freezer section of the game and take out Ice-type trainers and stop Team Plasma from whatever they're doing. Once again, since we're pretty high leveled at this point, there isn't much to talk about. Clay is our 5th gym leader who specializes in ground-type Pokemon. With our Pansage being a grass type, this shouldn't give us much trouble. My second attempt is the winning battle. Since I didn't heal at the Pokemon Center before fighting Clay, he starts with Krokorok as I start with Pansage, and one Seed Bomb is enough to take it out. He sends out Excadrill as we both start setting up. He uses Hone Claws, and I work up to boost both of our attacks. I go for a Seed Bomb that takes him down to half as he uses another Hone Claws. He goes for Rock Throw, taking us down to 3 HP, but flinching us in the process. One more slash is enough to take us out. Pig Knight's Quick Claw activates, letting us take him out with one Rock Smash. Palpitoad is the last one out, one Rock Smash takes it down to about half, but its Aqua Ring is now setting up to heal it every turn. Bulldoze takes us down to half, and one more Rock Smash takes him down to about a third. Muddy Water hits us hard, taking us down to 6 HP, and one Rock Smash takes it out, winning us the badge. We go through another uneventful Bianca battle and head over to the Chargestone Cave, where Professor Juniper gives us the Lucky Egg, which will be super helpful from now on. Going through the cave gives us more shenanigans with Team Plasma, but nothing worth mentioning since we're still a bit overleveled. I thought leveling was going to be much more of an issue, but I guess with fewer Pokemon to share the experience with, it must just be easier to overlevel. Somewhere along this part, Archon evolves into Archeops, giving us a much needed stat boost all around, as well as Dragon Breath, our only solace against Dragon-type Pokemon. The battle with N is also pretty uneventful since we have an almost 10 level difference. Most Pokemon are taken out in 2 or 3 hits. We exit the cave at Mestralton City, the home of the 6th gym leader. Before we can take out the gym, we have a bit more plot to go through with Celestial Tower. The home of many Ghost and Psychic type Pokemon, this is the perfect place to get some more levels on Pansage, using Bite and Shadow Claw. We make it to the top of the tower and climb all the way back down to be able to face the 6th gym leader, Skyla. With Stab Ancient Power on Archeops though, this battle is a bit of a cakewalk. Though it's unfortunate I limited myself from using healing type items in battle, that won't stop us from getting this fight done by the second attempt. I chose to start with Pig Knight to be able to get off a few rollouts to see if that helped. It ended up getting us through the Swoobat and Unfezant without any problems, but once I got to Swanna, that took me out fast with Air Slash. But out comes Archeops with 3 Ancient Powers to take down Swanna, as she uses 2 Hyper Potions to heal up. Taking down Swanna wins me the fight and gets me the 6th gym badge. Surprise surprise, we get to go through another cave to pad out the game and try to copy Gen 1 and Kanto. Luckily, on this meaningless journey, Pig Knight evolves into Emboar, getting us to a necessary stat total to progress further with the game. Everything is starting to catch up level-wise slowly but surely, so I'm trying to avoid as many battles as I can to keep it at that steady pace. We run into Sharon and have another battle that's pretty uneventful, save for his Duat. He seems to be improving as a trainer, because I had no idea he put leftovers on this thing to gain some HP after every move, which is a pretty smart strategy. We go through Twisty Turny Cave and do more plot stuff, and the game spits us out into Icarus City, home of the 7th gym leader Bryson. They really couldn't plan out an Ice-type gym leader name that didn't have an ice pun in it, huh? Ice should not be a problem because of our Fire-type starter, but I underestimated some of these Pokemon. I usually think of the mono ice types as pretty frail, but Cryogonal and Beartic are pretty thick walls to battle us. They even took me out my first run of the battle. The second time, we had a pretty good run, starting off again with Emboar as he sends out Vanillish. One rollout takes him down to half, and he goes for a critical Frost Breath, which does next to nothing. One more rollout takes him down. Beartic avoids our next rollout, using Swagger to confuse us in the process. One Rock Smash luckily takes him out though. One more Rock Smash on Cryogonal is enough to take him out, winning us the badge, and we manage to keep mostly unharmed. Dragon Spiral Tower is our third side quest that we have to go through in order to stop Team Plasma and get through to the next gym. N gets to the top of the tower with Team Plasma, and Plasma Admin gets us to wake up Reshiram, the box art legendary, in order to control all Pokemon so they aren't being controlled by humans? I think that's what's going on in this game. I honestly have no idea anymore, but people say it's the best plot in a Pokemon game, so I guess that's a thing. After that, we took a small detour to Celestia Town because I forgot to pick up a Leaf Stone to evolve my Pansage and Simisage, finally getting all evolutions on our team. We continue on to the desert and stop Team Plasma from their thing, but they're already doing the thing, so we go back to Nacrene City to talk to Lenora the Historian, who tells us to go to Opaloid City to talk to the Dragon Masters, one of which is the gym leader of that city. There's another Bianca fight on the way, but like always, that battle is easy, and I feel bad with how hard she gets rocked. The 8th and final gym is one of the most resilient typings in the entire game at this point, the Dragon type. Luckily, we have Dragon Breath on our Archeops, so I planned this from the start. I meant to throw on a Dragon Fang before the fight to power up Dragon Breath, but I completely forgot, but it worked out in the end. I start with Archeops as Gym Leader Iris throws out a Fracture. Dragon Breath takes it down to a little over half, as Assurance takes me down a bit. She heals with a Hyper Potion, and I use another Dragon Breath, taking it down to red. She heals again, so I Dragon Breath again, she heals again, so I Dragon Breath again, but after that she's out of healing items and I take her out. Druddigon comes out and one Dragon Breath takes it down to half. He uses Dragon Tail, which not only hurts me but forces Simisage to come out. I use a Seed Bomb to get him down in the red, and one Night Slash hurts a bit. One more Seed Bomb takes it out. Haxorus is the real warrior here, as it's a late stage pseudo-legendary. With Archeops at less than half health, Dragon Breath does only half. One more Dragon Breath takes it to the red, but Haxorus takes out Archeops. I send in Simisage as he goes for another Dragon Dance to boost his speed and attack, but one Shadow Claw takes it out, getting me the final badge of the Unova League. I leave the gym and continue on to Victory Road, the journey slowly coming to an end. Outside Victory Road, I have another fight with Cheren, the toughest one yet, since he seems to have a bit more of a competitive moveset. However, I'm still at a decently high level, so I don't really have any problems with this match. He heals us up and gives us a few max revives to get us through the Victory Road. Victory Road isn't that tough battle-wise, but since this game came out when I was trying to be done with the Pokemon franchise, I kinda got lost in the puzzle of trying to get through it all. After about 30 minutes, I get through to the Elite Four, the real challenge of the run, after flying to Castelia City to pick up the TM for return for Emboar. The first few goes at the Elite Four were not very successful, usually ending with me going down because of being underleveled, not being fast enough, abilities of opposing Pokemon I forgot about completely, or forgetting the weird types of coverage moves some of the Elite Four members have. I really didn't want to leave the Elite Four to go find Audino or grind in the confusing Victory Road, so I just kept throwing myself at Elite Four until I kept getting consistency. Fighting the Fighting type Elite Four first didn't work out, fighting the Ghost type Elite Four didn't work out, and fighting the Dark type didn't work out. But after realizing the coverage I currently had, I figured the Dark type Grimsley would be my best bet. I continued to throw myself at this member until I had a good run, which I think was attempt 4 or 5. I start out with Emboar as Grimsley sends out Scrafty. One Bulldoze barely makes a dent as he goes for a Sand Attack to lower my accuracy. A Heat Crash almost takes him out as he goes for another accuracy drop, after which he goes for a full restore. Another Heat Crash takes him a little below half, and another critical Heat Crash takes him out. Next is Crocodile, who hits a critical Earthquake for massive damage, as Rock Smash barely does half. I choose to switch out to Simisage for a Seed Bomb and conserve Emboar's HP. A Dragon Claw from Crocodile doesn't do that much, as a Seed Bomb takes him out. He sends Bisharp out, so I send Emboar back out, sending out a quad super effective Rock Smash to almost take him out in one hit, but he comes back with an Aerial Ace to take out Emboar. I send out Archeops as he goes for a full restore, and I choose to go for U-turn and switch back to Simisage. Bisharp goes for another Aerial Ace and takes out Simisage in one hit. But because now Archeops is my only living Pokemon left in my party, U-turn doesn't cause me to switch out when I use it, so I just use it to sweep the rest of his team. Next up is the Psychic type Caitlyn, who probably should have been my first move. The match starts with a Reuniclus against my Simisage, and one Shadow Claw takes Reuniclus down to half health. However, one Psychic takes me down to 37 HP. Luckily, one more Shadow Claw takes it out. Sigilyph comes out, so we go to Archeops, and one Rock Slide takes it out. That 567 base stat total really helped us out here. Next up is Gothitelle, so we go back to Simisage, hoping that Shadow Claw can be a one-hit. Unfortunately, it isn't, and Simisage goes down to 1 Psychic. Out comes Archeops to save the day with U-turn again, taking down the Gothitelle. I stayed on Archeops to land a critical U-turn on Musharna, getting us the victory. On to the next one. Marshall, the fighting type Elite Four member, goes out to Ernie, and Simisage takes it to below half health with Acrobatics. Payback doesn't do much, but one more Acrobatic takes him out. Mine Shao is a one-hit with Acrobatics, and I get in a sturdy heal stall with Burt. Now what's cool about Acrobatics is that its base power is doubled if I don't have an item, so right now I'm working with a 110 base attack flying move. After Burt goes down, Conkeldurr comes down in 2 Acrobatics, winning us this bout with an ugly sweeper. I hate the design, but those kinds of results don't lie. The monkeys aren't that bad. The last member of the Elite Four is Chantel, the ghost type member. Once again, I start with Simisage to counter her Cofagrigus. I land a critical Shadow Claw to take it down in 1 hit, picking up the Mummy ability at the end. I switch to Archeops to take on Chandelure, and it dodges my first rock throw, and comes back with a Shadow Ball that takes me down to about a quarter of my HP. I hit the next Rock Slide and get the flinch, and one more on the next turn knocks it out. Jellicent comes out and I trade for Simisage, getting a 1-hit knockout with Seed Bomb. I stay in for Golurk and land another super effective Seed Bomb. Now to continue on to the champion. Or so you would think. We're about to fight Adler when N comes through and summons an entire castle in the Elite Four. Like, I seriously don't understand how this kid has the power to summon an entire castle. Is he, like, mystical? Is he a magician? A scientist? Something? There's some theories, I think, talk about how he's supposedly a Zoroark gone rogue, but if that's true, that still doesn't explain the castle? Like, what's going on here? This was the wall to my challenge I didn't think about. Zekrom came out to battle, so I tried to take him out with Archeops. I end up taking him out, but Zekrom won't go away until I capture him. So, can I beat Pokemon White without catching any Pokemon? Technically, no. I can't get through the rest of the game without catching Zekrom. However, the fight with N makes you use him immediately after catching him. To counter this and waste turns, I continually throw Pokeballs at his Pokemon until he knocks me out. I end up losing this fight, and in subsequent fights after losing, I move Zekrom to the back of my party to avoid using it. That being said, I did end up losing about 6 or 7 times before getting a good run. Before the fight, I gave Archeops a Dragon Fang to power up Dragon Breath. N starts with Reshiram as I go for Archeops. One Dragon Claw takes him down to the orange, and a Fusion Fire doesn't bring us down to half. N uses a full restore, but we just take him back down with a Dragon Claw. I outspeed, and one more Dragon Claw takes down Reshiram. I riskily stay in and take down Vanillix with a Rock Slide. I sent out Simisage to take on Caracosta, and one Seed Bomb takes it to sturdy range. Stone Edge takes me down to below half, and one more Seed Bomb takes him out. Klinklang comes out, so I switch to Emboar. I use Rock Smash, taking him to red and revealing it was Zoroark with a disguise on. Focus Blast takes us down to a third, but one more Rock Smash takes him down. The real Klinklang comes out and hits us with a Hyper Beam, but we live on 15. He needs a turn to recharge, so 2 consecutive Heat Crashes take him out. Archeops is his last Pokemon, so I sent out mine and take him out and finish the battle with one Rock Slide. That was a nail-biter. Ghetsis reveals himself to be the real mastermind behind everything or whatever and comes out with his monstrous team of stallers, high HP walls, and impossible defensive machines. This is another one that took a few tries, but I had to do a bit more planning. I start by leading with Archeops, giving him a Pecha Berry to recover from Toxic given by Cofagrigus. One Rock Slide takes him down to half HP and Toxic gets healed with a Pecha Berry. I mean to attack with a physical type attack so I could lose the defeatist ability with Mummy, but I knock him out with a few more Rock Slides anyway. I switch to Emboar for Bisharp, once again using the quad effective Rock Smash to take him out. Bouffalant comes out and I go for return, not doing a lot of damage. He comes back with a head charge, which is normally effective, but this takes me down to 75 HP. The recoil takes him down quite a bit, so I go for Rock Smash to take him out. I switch to Simisage to take out Seismitoad with one Seed Bomb, and Archeops comes out for Hydreigon. One U-turn takes him down to a quarter health, and I switch to Simisage to read the Surf that would have come in. One Acrobatics takes him out, leaving one more Pokemon. Electros has no weaknesses because of Levitate, but I hope a stab C-bomb will do some decent damage. One acrobatics from Electros takes me out, and I'm forced to switch to Archeops. I hope that I'm fast enough to outspeed, so I go for Rock Slide and take him out in one hit, winning me the battle and finishing the challenge. This first challenge video was a nice introduction to what goes into these types of videos. For reference, I started the game at the beginning of June, did weekly streams of the game until I finished, wrote the script in early June, and I haven't finished editing at the time of writing this, but hopefully it only takes a few days. If you stuck through to the end, thanks for checking it out. If you have any more challenges, let me know and I'll try to do them. Since I'm not getting paid, I'm just taking my time with it. I'll be streaming on twitch.tv/jyellowstone, so follow me over there, and be sure to subscribe here for more interesting video game content.